You asked, so we're going to deliver. It is P790 versus the Srixon ZXi4 iron. Let's put them head to head, see who comes out on top. All right, so starting us off with the looks, the Srixon ZXi4, it looks really nice. It's a slightly longer blade length. It's got a little bit of a thicker top line, but again, it just looks great. And even when you sit it down on the ground, it's not too bulky. It actually looks really good. There is a bit of offset, which you can imagine, obviously going into that kind of player's distance game improvement kind of area. But it's a great looking iron, and I think Srixon have done a really nice job with this year. But if you compare that obviously to the P790, quite a difference obviously in terms of the width of the sole. P790's got that thinner top line, a little bit more compact in terms of head shape. For me, if I was looking down at the ball, that P790 just looks a little bit better in my opinion. But that Srixon ZXi4 is a very nice looking club. Okay, up next is the tech. Now, I'll start with the P790. If you saw the video before, I'll just kind of go through it a little bit quickly. But you've got a brand new face material, which gives you a 24% larger sweet spot. So if you hit it a little bit more towards the toe, towards the heel, you can still get the same feeling, same speed, and great distance as well. Let's be honest, everyone likes a bit of forgiveness. On the sole, you've got the through slot speed pocket, which is in your 7 iron into your 4. Now that just helps with those low hits, giving you great spin control and still distance and speed as well. And we've got the speed foam air in here, which is going to give you that great feeling and sound and acoustic off the club face. And you've got the flighted CG as well internally, which is that individual optimization for each club head, making sure you're getting the best performance from each iron to the next. Up next, we have the Srixon ZXi4. Now this has a brand new softer material in that iForged design. Basically going to give you a great feel off that club face, completely different to the ZX4, the previous generation. It's going to be soft, it's going to be crisp, and it's going to give you nice consistency. And if you are getting lofts altered for fitters, it's really nice and soft and easy to manipulate and change. Now internally you have that hollow body design, and as we know, with a hollow body design, it allows the face to flex. So you're going to get some great speed off there as well. You've also got mainframe technology in here too, which helps with the perimeter weighting around the club, giving you a higher MOI and more stability, especially on those miss hits. Now on the sole, you have that Tour VT sole, which is going to give you that better turf interaction. Moving on to the face, we have the progressive grooves. Now, what these are going to give you is more consistency in spin, especially from the 7 iron into your 4 iron. Now your 8 iron into your wedge are going to be slightly tighter and deeper grooves as well, giving you more spin and control on those scoring shots. Moving on to sound and feel, I'm going to kick us off with the P790. Now I really like the sound of this. It comes off really crisp and it fizzes off the face as well. The speeds are really impressive too, but you can really hear it jump, and I'm a big fan of it, as we already know. Moving on to the Srixon ZXi4. Now, in comparison to the P790, it's a lot softer. It does fizz off the face, but it's a lot more muted. It's not as loud, but you definitely do get that same kind of fizz. You hear it come off the club face. But yeah, completely different in feel, but I actually really liked the softness of this. I was quite impressed. All right, so moving on to forgiveness. Now, this is definitely something both of these irons have an abundance of. I would say with the P790, with that bigger sweet spot, no matter where you hit it on the club face, it feels great. The distances are good, the ball speeds are very good, and even if you do kind of hit it offline, it's still going to keep up. You're going to be at the side of the green, you're going to be maybe just on the fringe of the green, you're going to be thereabouts. You're not losing any speed across the face. It's really impressive. Now, moving into the Srixon ZXi4, now what I thought was really good about this iron is it does have that slightly longer blade length, which obviously looks great behind the ball. So if you do catch it a little bit off the toe or off the heel, again, the distances are very good. The one thing I would say is with the ZXi4, you maybe just get that little bit extra spin. However, if you are someone who digs at the ball, with that Tour VT sole, it does exit out the ground really easily. So you're going to get great turf interaction. That's where the Srixon ZXi4 may have the P790, just with that turf interaction. So it's numbers time, and up first is the 8 irons. We'll go with P790 first, and today we're looking at 164 yards of carry, 163 total, and 137 ball speed. The ZXi4, 163 carry, 163 total, and 138.5 ball speed. Now, there's about 1.5 miles difference between the two, but they're going about the same distance. But the one thing that does stand out is the spin. So the P790, more spin, 7,600, and the ZXi4 had 6,900. Now there's a reason for this. The ZXi4 is a 33-degree 8-iron and the P790 is 34 degrees. So that'll be the discrepancy between the spin, but it also plays a big part in the distance as well. Now if we move into the 6-irons, this is where it starts to get a little bit more noticeable with spin and also speed. The P790 was 147.8, 185 carry and 186 total. The spin was 5,745, and then the ZXi4 was 197, 198, 151 miles per hour in ball speed, but 5,200. So 500 less spin, which is going to play a huge factor in distance, but it'll also play a factor in ball speed as well. Obviously, the less spin and the cleaner the strike, the faster the ball speed is going to be as well. But really impressive numbers, I think, from the Srixon. But again, there is that difference where you are looking at a 25.5 degree 6-iron in comparison to the 26.5 degree 6-iron in a P790. So there is that degree difference, which is why you'll see that jump in distance as well. Now these are two absolutely phenomenal irons. I'm really impressed with the Srixon ZXi4. I think if you're looking for something which is a little bit softer in feel, if you are someone who does compress the ball and maybe has that steeper, angle of attack and does dig into the ground, that Tour VT sole is an absolute game changer. For me and my style of play at the minute, I think that sole is really impressive. I do like to compress the ball. I do like to put it in the back of the stance, and it just comes out of the ground really cleanly and quickly as well. Really good option, especially if you're looking for that distance and maybe something with a little bit stronger loft as well. But if you're looking for something a little bit more compact, very clean in aesthetics and a little bit more, I would say, control, the P790 for me is a brilliant option as well. Also super forgiving off that face, especially with that, that brand new bigger sweet spot. I just absolutely love it, and the sound is just a little bit crisper and more solid off this as well. There's not much between them, but it does come down to preference at the end of the day. So make sure you go out, you get fitted, let us know which one you're going to go for, and if you haven't already, remember to subscribe, give us a like, and we'll see you next time.